our world is negative in nature. People love negativity. Kerry, I can promise you today, there's someone who stalks you every day looking for negativity. The day they find it is the day they trend you.
I'm ready for you, baby. Ready for you, baby. Come, baby, come.
So sometimes, and this is true for relationship, it's true for churches, it's true for preachers we don't agree with. And sometimes we share some of these things, not so much because we want to correct, but so much so that, this is what I've been telling you all along. We are confirming our bias.
That's so bad.
Hey, what's up, good people? Welcome to Beyond Church World Podcast. My name is Mr. Cole, hanging out with the amazing
Kerry,
the one and only. Nice
Ain't
to
no
have
other.
you.
Nice to have you, sir.
She's still single.
Nico
searching.
single.
If you're the one, send us your applications right now. We're waiting.
By the way, na accept applications, but zinapitia pastors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying to be direct, because baby,
your sense of judgment itakuwa clouded.
It's blurry.
You'll be overwhelmed.
I cannot.
Now, Kerry, not so long ago, there was content on CITAM ChurchOnline that was pulled down because it made reference to a secular song.
And
that rubbed off the wrong way. I am, to be honest and say, I didn't know that song had a very negative worldly meaning. I just actually, the words and the phrase that they were using, for me, just sounded like someone who was talking about finishing something you started. And that's the discussion that went on.
But lakini CITAM ChurchOnline pia nyinyi mnaleta
we wacha
dunia kanisani.
How do you do that?
I agree.
You agree, eh?
Continue,
And there was also one of our churches also was doing a revival meeting, and they had publicized an event with a poster.
Literally, I got that poster and then I was like, there's no way someone has hacked into our system, because it was too creative. It was too creative,
yes,
and relevant.
Yeah.
And anyway, continue.
Yeah, and so there was that whole conversation about we are the ones, we are CITAM ChurchOnline, we are
It is
CITAM.
us.
So there was that whole conversation about using worldly trends and trying to make relevance of something spiritual. And what interested me were the comments that I kept reading. Some even from my friends who know I work in CITAM, but they never asked me. But they are what So I saw someone who said CITAM lost it long time ago. They became worldly.
Okay, first of all, let's just pause on that statement.
Yeah.
Because it's a very... I find a polite word. Ndio mtu asifikiri nimemtusi. Hata sijui ni nani.
Yeah.
I feel like it's unfounded. Based on content that people have posted.
Yes.
So the entire foundation of the church is
everything is wrong. Yeah, let me just be clear and say we apologize, by the way, and explanations were offered.
I do not.
This is my show.
I do not apologize.
Kerry, this is my show.
I don't apologize. Kwenda huko.
Be nice.
Sorry.
All right.
Ajoki.
But there were explanations that were made, and some of the people that were responsible for that, I know they were talked to. And so on and so forth. But that's beside the point. I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about the reaction and what people were saying. And CITAM is lost, and this guy became
we shall not be bullied.
Wamekuwa wakichoma sana siku hizi. And I sat in my house and I was just looking at those comments, and I wondered, we've done thousands of videos on CITAM ChurchOnline. Thousands of videos.
We have brought thousands of people to Christ or back to a relationship, discipled.
We have had sober conversations. We have had good content.
And we always include a vertical conversation. We include a horizontal conversation.
And let's just say this was one bad conversation, but that was enough for someone to pass judgment and say they lost it.
It's so heartbreaking.
That there's someone somewhere, Kerry, who follows you daily. All the amazing things you do, they'll never comment, they will never share, they will never write, they will never send that link to anyone. But one day you do a wrong thing, that's the video that will be shared,
Doesn't
it will have the most views.
Show you who this person is.
You know, in psychology, they call that confirmation bias.
Confirmation bias. What does that mean?
Confirmation bias means when you have a negative predisposition or a negative mindset about someone, you tend to be attracted to attributes about them that confirm what you're thinking.
Ooh,
so for
this
example,
is so good for me. This is so good for me.
So for example, Kerry, if you're dating a guy and you have suspicion that he's cheating, chances are you'll be more drawn to things about him that confirms
so
that.
So tuseme tu amehug sister yake na alikuwa na ka makeup hapa.
Bas,
akuje na ka makeup.
Yes.
Finally.
It's that confirmation bias. Oh, another way, for example, this is now even easier. When you, for example, think of a car you like, you start seeing it more.
Sana.
On everywhere you turn, you keep seeing it. That's confirmation.
You see manifestation.
No, it's confirmation bias. You become aware of what you anticipate most.
Pastor Precious, I want to say something about people who trash talk, because I've been in media for quite some time. I remember it was quite painful.
Yeah.
When I started at Hope FM, someone DM'd me and she said, "You sound like a KISS presenter." And I was like, how do KISS presenters sound like? Because I was like, let me go listen to KISS. Niwache kufanya. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I get you.
What does that even mean? And the funny part is that years later, like 2-3 years later, this person still used to listen to the show. And by now, they had now started liking me. Because now they sent a message. So they sent a message. I looked at the last message and sent it. I was like, these are two different people. When did you fall in love? When did you realize that I am not a, So what I'm trying to say is that we have to build kind of a foundation where you really know where you're at and who you are.
Yes.
Because as you said, people will always have an opinion.
True.
And what I do is that I don't allow people who I know for certain don't have my best interest at heart to be able to dictate what I put up and put down or remove.
Yes.
I remember once there's an artist I showed you earlier. Let's not mention her name.
Yes.
But it was her birthday. That time I was working with her. I'd met her in the faith and everything. And so I posted happy birthday to her. Because we were journeying together and I knew where she was in her faith and what she was trying to do. And I was really just showing her you're loved and you're accepted. Hey, I was summoned in the office because a listener was like, how can a presenter on CITAM post a secular artist on their page? I'm like, is this secular artist not our sister? Not our brother? Not our human?
Yeah.
And I'm not pushing traffic to her page, but I was doing something. So I understand the position of this person for offense, but that's not the faith. That's not the faith we believe in. Our faith is so loving and accepting. Jesus Christ himself went to dine with Zacchaeus.
Yes.
As in, he went to his home and said, today, I'm not saying that we lose ourselves into trying to keep up with trends and traditions. I'm just saying we gotta do what we gotta do.
Yeah.
And if something is relevant and this person complaining, anajuaje hiyo kitu ni tabia mbaya? Alifanyia research siku gani?
By the way, sometimes some of those things we say and pass judgment without knowledge, sometimes it reveals something about us.
Yeah.
When the prodigal son came back home, and then the dad come throw a bash, celebration ikashika, the older son came and he wasn't quite happy. And he told what did he say to his father? He said, I've been here all this while. I've been faithful. I've been loyal. You've never done this. But this guy who took your money and went and spent it on prostitutes.
But there's no way
it was not said anywhere that he spent his money on prostitutes.
Exactly.
Where is he picking that from?
His own evil desires.
Maybe that's what he would have done if he was the prodigal son. It's the opportunity that he's lacking. Sometimes it actually reflects. And you see, our world is negative in nature. People love negativity. Kerry, I can promise you today, there's someone who stalks you every day looking for negativity. The day they find it is the day they trend you.
I'm ready for you, baby. Ready for you, baby. Come, baby, come.
So sometimes, and this is true for relationship, it's true for churches, it's true for preachers we don't agree with. And sometimes we share some of these things, not so much because we want to correct, but so much so that, this is what I've been telling you all along. We are confirming our bias.
That's so bad.
The world is negative by nature. people, and I hear even psychologically, we are more drawn towards negative about people than
No,
what's
bad
positive.
news goes so fast. Yani you won't hear good news about Pastor Precious and the souls that have received Jesus. But ukifanya tu hivi kama kosa itanifikia
And you know
wherever
what?
it is I am. Let's talk about this. And why we are bringing this up is because we want you to be more aware about the kind of things that you do, and especially when you post and comment here.
Yeah.
If you make Pastor Precious angry, he's a mighty man of God. Una comment hapo nini? Watu dada. Pastor Precious aende tu apige magoti.
Wewe wacha
Bado
kushtua
hujaifunguliwa
watu
nyumba
vile.
4 months.
Wewe wacha baba.
No, let's just be honest. But there are people who literally they attract a curse for themselves.
Yeah.
You make
When
me
there's
cry.
no basis, yeah.
Na matusi. Kai kwanza TikTok kuna place ilitukana. Huyo ni dangerous. And I'm just like, thanks bro. God bless you.
That's fine.
Prosper.
Ignore.
But if you're a real believer and if you're part of our family and our fold, you can correct another way. You don't have to comment and be like, see, I told you now, these people.
Yeah,
You know, just
I told you.
and then most of you are keyboard warriors. Kwa your profile, it's not even a real profile. We can't even see you. Aujai post anything. 0 followers. You only follow your mother. As in, seriously.
So it's not good. I think we need to learn that and we need to manage it. Media stations. If you watch news, you usually realize news inaanzanga na bad news. Alafu kitu kidogo Faith Kipyegon, bad news. Because they understand the mind is attracted to negativity.
But
and
is that's not Christ-like?
It's not Christ-like, and that's why I keep on telling people we need to be careful, even with our activities on social media. We like to go over for those hashtags that are hateful in nature. That's the content we're looking for. Who's being insulted today? Who's being trolled today? That's why when we even hear there's an issue between, even when a celebrity announces breakup, you'll find thousands of us there saying all manner of things.
No, but Pastor Precious, hiyo ya breakup nataka nichangie kidogo. Acha tu nichangie kidogo. Give me a chance. Acha nichangie tu kidogo. Watu wameachana sana hii mwaka.
Ni mwaka wa kuachwa.
As guys, maybe we need to call for prayers. Pastor Precious.
Mimi sina moral authority hapo ya kuongea.
Kuna you're married. Umeoa miaka ngapi?
4 years next week, by the way. Yeah, next week.
Kuna watu 7 months. Kuna watu walienda honeymoon hawakurudi pamoja kwa the same flight.
Tutafanya hiyo video.
Okay. But watu this year hiyo tunaweza comment, but we're not commenting. But you see the difference between our comment?
Yes.
It's like
we are actually
that's so sad, but we're like we need to pray about it.
We need to do something about it.
Tulijua wataachana. Huyu anakuanga hivi na hivi. Niliona huyu hapa. No. Hiyo ni umbea and it's wrong. And as a believer, this is the worst part about digital. And not that I've screenshotted all your terrible comments, but maybe I have.
Yes.
This is what is bad about it. Social media never forgets.
Yeah.
You with your terrible attitude, your worst comments, your
tapatikana tu.
Na hata si wewe ndo uliitana. You're not the caller of the dream and the vision. God himself has ordained people to speak and to me, let me tell you, yenye ilini heartbreak. Anyone who spoke ill of this poor lady who lost her husband.
Yes.
The bishop. Kathy Kuna. Like if you said anything bad about such a person, a widow. Yani amsikiangi aibu.
Very unfortunate.
So just be careful about what you comment. Even me, I'm being careful. Leo nili-comment kitu mbaya.
Yeah.
Someone was writing that there are people who just need love. They don't need like a lecture. But there are people who need a slap. You know what I'm talking about?
Reset to factory settings.
Reset. They just need like a proper like kamoja tu yani dhirumoko. Like maybe aingie kwa maji baridi.
Yeah.
And I think let's reset how we speak. Let's reset how we love each other, because this is a huge sign about how you love by how you respond to people online.
True story. Yeah, and let's not be too quick to prove a point. I keep
what's
saying
something you've called it?
Confirmation bias.
Yes.
I keep saying, by the way, not every discussion out there is an invitation for you to give an opinion.
Oof.
Not our opinions are not that important.
This guy is dropping some gems, my friend.
And we are not the standard measure of wisdom. So sometimes learn to read and ignore. But
that's what we do. In fact, the fact that we've come to this conversation today and we don't reply to you, or if I may reply personally, God is still working on me. But Mr. Cole, we're here to talk and just to tell you the state of your heart, the thing that you type there, before you post it, read it again.
Yeah.
Read it again. See if there's another way.
There's a
Mr.
friend of
Cole.
mine
Yes, go for it.
who, every time they are mad, let me make it generic, every time they are mad, especially work related. So in this particular case, someone sent them an email that was very mean and all, and got their emotions flared up. So we went to write an email to respond. Akamaliza, akakat, sent that same email to their spouse. Na akamwambia, read it and remove my emotion. Make it objective. I really loved that.
That's so cool.
I really, really loved that. And I think that's something a lot of us need to learn to do.
That is so cool.
Cut, write your comment, cut it, paste it on your notepad, sleep over it, wake up in the morning, you'll discover you have contrary views.
Completely.
And that saves a lot.
Mr. Cole, there's a way in the Bible that we are guided if you have a correction for someone. And the first thing is go to them individually.
Yes.
So before you make it public knowledge that CITAM has lost its foundations or whatever nonsense you want to write, walk to someone. And have the
Some of you are my friends. You have my number. Why don't you ask me?
Talk to your friend. Talk to me.
Yeah.
If I dismiss you and you still feel like, come with someone. It's scriptural. How to actually go about conflict.
Yeah.
And finally, if they don't, leave them to be eaten up and to their sin and treat them as you would treat a heathen. Sisi hakuna mtu amekataa kukuongelesha.
Na hiyo ni Bible.
Hakuna mtu amekataa ku. In fact, we have the pastors. Hata tufichangi who are the heads of this product.
Hey, you can always
go talk
find
to the
them.
leaders. Tell them,
Wako Instagram.
Kerry, I'm not comfortable with Kerry.
Yeah.
Because before you make such a conclusion.
Yes.
Or I'm not comfortable with Mr. Cole. Or I'm not comfortable with Maria. And that's okay. Then have the person conversation. Next step. There are steps to go about.
Yes. Meaningful feedback is the one that will help me grow.
Yeah, not
so
a comment.
If you talk about me in spaces you're not helping me. Yes, you could be, unaweza kuwa unanianika huko nje, but you're not helping me.
Mi naambia hivi, as we wind down this video, hatuogopi. Type, tunaona binguni.
Thank you for watching today's video. See you in our next episode. Hatuogopi bwana.
Hatuogopi bwana. Ni nini? Kuja hapa. Ni nini?
Mimi sijasema kitu. Cheers.